Hi there, and welcome back to our Activities in Dementia Care series. Today, I want to talk to you about activities that you and your loved one can do outside, whether that's on the porch, on the patio, or even at the park. When we think about being outside, we think about fresh air. We think about maybe active activities, exercising, walking the dog around the block, going to the mailbox, and coming back in. There are other activities that we can do outside, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about those. Maybe your loved one has enjoyed gardening through the years, and as they've gotten older or their dementia has progressed, they're not able to continue to do it the way that they've done it in the past. And so gardening is actually a really good activity to show you how you can adapt to meet them where they're at. Maybe in the past they've done gardening or pruning, planting vegetables, even potted plants. But they may not be able to get out onto the grass or into the garden as they used to, and may not be safe for them to do that any longer. But we don't want to take that activity completely away from them either. And so providing them with the opportunity to do some planting, whether that's in a pot, and watering the plants throughout the day or throughout the specific times during the day. Giving them the opportunity to prune. Those are some ways, some things that you can do for them. But if they may not be at that spot either, and so the next step from that would be to maybe go to the dollar store or to Walmart and purchase some artificial flowers and give them the opportunity to create a flower arrangement in one of their pretty vases, so they can do that. And if they're not able to do that, then maybe even pulling out a book that is very colorful, that talks about planting their garden and their flowers, and you guys get the opportunity to generate conversation through that. And even if they're not able to talk, just flipping through the pages and seeing the different flowers and the different arrangements and the different ways that you can decorate. So really you can go from pruning the actual trees to planting your garden in the pots, to utilizing just the flowers in the pots, artificial flowers, and then also even just reading or looking at magazines or books that have vibrant flowers or pictures that remind them of what they used to do. Another thing in this field that I've come across is that hydration is a big thing, and a lot of times your loved one, they don't want to drink the water and stay hydrated as they would have in the past. And it can be really difficult to convince them to do that. And so what I've done is I have created, I brought out a pitcher of tea and some glasses with ice in them and even a snack. And my approach to that would maybe be, especially if they're reluctant in drinking anything, is to make it an activity. Make it something that you do. Maybe it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're going to have tea outside. But make it something that they look forward to. And with the environment changed, it may help them to drink it easier. You're in a different place, it's a different environment, and it may be something that they're more apt to do than if they were in the house and you were putting a glass of water down in front of them. Another thing is that I picked tea, because tea there's a different color to it, and I put it in a clear glass, so there's a distinction between the water and the clear glass. As a person ages, sometimes their eyesight deteriorates, and if I have poor vision and you have water in a clear glass, I may not know that it's even there. So something to kind of consider and think about. This tea is decaffeinated. They also have the packets of Crystal Light and things that you can use to color your water. But it may help you, especially if you're having issues with hydration and keeping them hydrated. Again, creating a space for them that's a designated activity that you're going to do on a daily basis, and you know that when they're outside, they may drink more than they would if they were on the inside. Another thing that I've come across in the years is activities for gentlemen, and it can be very difficult, especially in the house, with some of those activities that we've talked about before. But being outside, there may be some more opportunity for them to have some different activities. Today I've pulled out our toolbox, And in the toolbox we have an array of screwdrivers and wrenches, some nuts and bolts. I would put this out and see if they can organize it. Maybe you have a pegboard and there's some nuts and bolts on there that they can tighten for you. Another idea for that would be maybe having some locks with some keys and having them locked together and having them find the key that fits the right lock. Something tactile, something that they've done in the past, that may be a really good activity for them. Also, you know, maybe they've done some plumbing or even working with the sprinkler system, and so PVC pipes with the connectors and having them build with those things, it gives them something to do with their hands. It's familiar, it's a familiar activity for them, and you know, it may be successful in engaging them in that activity. So maybe you have some nuts and bolts that they can also separate. I've brought out a cookie sheet today, something that has just a raised ledge on it, and it gives them a space here to sort those nuts and bolts. Today I don't have nuts and bolts, but I do have a jar of change. And so this is another activity that they can do, is separate the coins, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, sort them by color, stacks, all different types of activities that you can do with this. And it's real simple to be able to take in and out of the house, especially with a cookie sheet. And the last thing I want to talk about is, you know, just if they're not able to do some of the other things that we've talked about today, but they enjoy sightseeing, they enjoy looking around, they enjoy looking at the flowers. In our backyard, we have a lot of squirrels and birds that come by. And so I've put out a book here that has a whole bunch of birds in it, similar to our flower book. So it gives them an opportunity to kind of see bright pictures. And if this is something that they've done in the past, you know, enjoy bird watching. We also have binoculars that they would be able to use to kind of spy on the animals that are in the backyard or other things. But just giving them that opportunity to flip through the book. It may not be something that you even knew that they liked, but it may be something that they like now. I want to thank you guys for coming to our Activities in Dementia Care series, and I hope that you have been able to get some great ideas from all of the videos that we have made, and hopefully they will help you while you're caring for your loved one at home. Take care.